Hi everyone, and welcome to Firehole Canyon Drive, which is the subject of today's virtual Yellowstone tour. We're on the Grand Loop Road at the moment. Straight ahead of us is Madison Junction, and behind me is Old Faithful. If you go to the following of our sites, you can see a map of the area to see exactly where we are. If you go to westyellowstonelodge.com/map, that's westyellowstonelodge.com/map, you can see a map of the area, and the sun will be out of our way in a minute. We're going to turn the corner and head more in an easterly direction. You'll notice that the roads through Yellowstone make up a massive figure of 8, and there is a road that splits the figure of 8 into 2 gigantic loops. You've got that, by the way, is the Firehole River, and I'm sorry that it's pretty dark here at the moment. It's the end of August, probably around 5:30 or so, and the sun has gone down behind that little mountain or hill that is ahead of us. Anyway, I was saying that the roads through Yellowstone make up a massive figure of 8, and in the middle you'll see that there's a line that splits the roads into 2 gigantic loops, what we call the upper loop of the figure of 8 and the lower loop of the figure of 8. And we are currently on the lower loop. If you come down the west side of the map or the left-hand side of the map, and you'll come to a place called Madison Junction. Just continue on the Grand Loop Road from Madison Junction as if you were going to the various geyser basins and Old Faithful, and you will see a little road branching off to your right, and that is Firehole Canyon Drive, which is the road that we are on at the moment. Firehole Canyon Drive is obviously so called because the Firehole River, which we'll see again there on our right, the Firehole River has carved a canyon through these rocks that we see ahead of us. The Firehole River is a thermal river, and those of you who've watched quite a few of these virtual Yellowstone tours will have heard me talk about the Firehole River being a thermal river and the Madison being a partial thermal river. And I'm going to stop here for a minute. This is Firehole Falls, and we'll get some video of this. I was talking about the Firehole River being a thermal river and the Madison River being a partial thermal river. In a thermal area like Yellowstone, you have 4 different sorts of thermal features. Everybody has heard of hot springs and geysers, but you also get mud pots and fumaroles, as you've seen in various of our other virtual Yellowstone tours. When the geysers erupt and when the hot springs bring water up from underground below the Earth's surface and it comes out above the Earth's surface, in this part of Yellowstone, so much of the thermal water flows into the Firehole River, making it a thermal river. Take the Midway Geyser Basin, for example, where you've got Excelsior Geyser Crater. That used to be an active geyser, and you can see more of that in a couple of our other virtual Yellowstone tours. But at the moment, it is pumping about 2,000 gallons of water a minute. 2,000 gallons of water a minute into the Firehole River. And if you take a look at our virtual Yellowstone tour on the Midway Geyser Basin particularly, I give a lot more information about that. The Firehole River and the Gibbon River flow together to form the Madison River, and the Madison River is therefore a partial thermal river. You can get a lot more information on all these rivers and the Midway Geyser Basin and the various other geyser basins if you go to virtualyellowstonetours.com. That's virtualyellowstonetours.com. What we've done is we've taken all of our various YouTube videos, and at the time of making this video there's over 100 of them. And by the way, this over here is a place where most years you can walk down some stairs that are coming up ahead of us. You can see the stairs over there where those two cars have stopped, and you can go for a swim in the Firehole River. And let's just wait for this guy to get out of the way. You can go for a swim in the Firehole River. It really slows down a lot down over there. But this year, because of the coronavirus, you're not allowed into the river, unfortunately. The same goes for the Boiling River, which you can hear me talk about in various of the other virtual tours. That has also been shut down this year because of the coronavirus. So the Boiling River is the one place in Yellowstone where you can actually get into the remnants of a hot spring, and 1 foot can be almost freezing cold and the other one can be boiling hot. Well, I'm afraid that we've come back to the Grand Loop Road, and this is where this virtual Yellowstone tour is going to have to end. If you were to head in that direction over there, you would get to the various geyser basins and eventually the Upper Geyser Basin in Old Faithful. Going back in this direction, you will come to Madison Junction, where you can turn left or west to get to West Yellowstone, which is where we have an office and is Yellowstone's busiest entrance. Thank you so much for joining me on another one of our virtual Yellowstone tours. If you enjoy this virtual Yellowstone tour series, please consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. Otherwise, I hope you make it out to Yellowstone someday.